ladies and gentlemen? My name is Hypertension. I am joined here by Sordo for the match between Dawn and between... I'm sorry, this is actually our backup match, so let me make sure. This is between the Becker College Blues and Dawn White.
Yeah, no, this is going to be a really exciting matchup. All of these teams, the match that we were supposed to see, Timer Esports versus U.S. Army Esports, and this match in particular, Becker College Blue versus Dawn White, are really important. Everyone's fighting for seeding. Becker College has already secured their playoff berth with Timer Esports, but the thing is, they're still both fighting for that first place seeding. And on top of that, if they manage to lose this game, they might even go down to the 4th seed. So these games are really important here for Becker College, especially when it comes to how long it takes them to win this in terms of games, whether they can win this in 2, whether they can win this in 3, or whether they lose this series altogether.
Yeah, right now that playoff seeding, that all-important seeding and spots, they are on the line here. Not just that, you also have some pride on the line because you have to think, who wants to be that team that is potentially tied with Timmer at the top?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, we're already getting into the picks and pans here, so let's take a look at them. Hecarim, Jinx, Kled, Ezreal, Karma, Ari taken off. No one wants to play against that. And the Glacial comp is already starting over for the side of Dawn White over there. They pick up the Sejuani with the Tahm Kench. Talia also hovered on the other side, trying to be a counter to the Sejuani. Really good early game presence there. Alawi also picked up. We saw some interesting buffs, concepts going out for her, giving the magic damage on the E. Some people were saying, oh, it's not that good. It's a lot of good early game damage that you can have there. And then Zoe is going to round off for Dawn here in this first half of the pick and ban.
Yeah, you have two really good sieging, long-range mid laners there. Those top laners just want to be up close and personal in your face. Those ganks are going to be absolutely pivotal, but you know that rule of League of Legends, don't gank Alawi.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, I'm seeing my least favorite champion in this game, and it just pisses me off to no end. Zoe here, just, so annoying. But I mean, on the bright side, there's not many summoners that she can take from the side of Becker College Blue at the moment.
Zoe is a fair and balanced champion.
Oh, let me tell you, her E with true damage that empowers everything else. Woo! We love that.
Again, Zoe is a fair and balanced champion. No sarcasm whatsoever. I'm legitimately serious, though. No sarcasm. Zoe's fine.
Yeah, no. Yeah. So we do round out the team compositions, though. Sivir Nautilus going to be picked up for the side of Becker College Blue. And Vayne Morgana going to be picked up for the side of Dawn White. Now, this is kind of interesting. That we started to see Vayne kind of fall off the face of the earth with the Rage Blade nerfs, with the Bork nerfs, just everything coming at her kind of just, made her take a step back from being that S+ tier ADC now to being more of, a low A, high B tier ADC. But then you just have Sivir, her wave clear. And yes, she did get nerfed. She got hit with a few mana nerfs with her W, with her Q, but it still doesn't matter. The amount of wave clear that she has, how safe she is, and especially in a team composition like this, where you have a bruiser and a tank that need to protect you against a Sejuani, a Zoe, a Tahm Kench, a Morgana, having that spell shield is going to be pivotal for the side of Becker College Blue if they want to win this game number 1.
So the one thing I'm looking at, if I'm looking at the side of Dawn, though, if I look at their comp, it seems very mismatched. You have a lot of long-range lockdown and negation in there with, like, the Zoe, the Sejuani, with the Morgana, but then you have a Vayne who wants to get a little bit more up close and personal than most other AD carries. So I see that, and it just seems like an ideology clash within that team comp of Dawn. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Where the side of Becker College, it does make sense because you kind of just want to run in their faces, run them down, and mow them over. It's just how it works.
The thing is, for the side of Dawn White, they have two big frontliners in Tahm Kench and Sejuani. This allows for the Vayne to start to get up close and personal, especially against the Sivir, a Quirky, a Talia, and even being able to knock Alawi out of where her tentacles are, allowing it so that she doesn't get a 5-man ult. Maybe it's only a 4-man, maybe even a 3-man if she uses the Condemn correctly. As well as the fact that, yes, you do have the long range from the Zoe, but you have so much protection coming out from the Tahm Kench and Morgana that Angel Death here might be able to just pop off through these fights. That again, Vayne is still a very strong champion. The moment you get her to Bork Hurricane, Bork Rage Blade, right? And she can do a world of hurt, especially versus a team that doesn't really have that much of a front line. Yes, you have the catch out with the Nautilus, but again, it can always be saved by the Tahm Kench and or the Morgana.
Yeah, but now with that in mind, guys, we're going to go to a short intermission. But first, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsors over at Kono. Let's say, if you're looking to take your game to the next level, it all starts with your peripherals. From keyboards to keycaps, mice, and more. Our friends at Kono have you covered. Kono works with the best designers, inventors, and makers to bring you some of the best gaming peripherals around. Kono have been huge supporters of us here at Upsurge and have made generous contributions to our prize pools. If you need to find a new keyboard and more for your setup, we can't recommend anybody better than Kono. For more information, head over to kono.store to check out all they have to offer. That's KONO.store. Kono, discover amazing products. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Upsurge Leagues with the Upsurge Minor League. It is the last week of the regular season. Becker versus Dawn. Once again, I am Hypertension, joined by Sorno. And on the blue side, we do have Becker with Bowler Joe in the top lane, Blitzcrank in the jungle, Zagreus in the mid lane, Alpha Andrew at AD carry, and Yakov at support.
Yeah, no, and on the red side, we have Dawn White. Dirtle in the top lane, Baskilla in the jungle, Hell's Gamer in mid lane, Angled Death at ADC with Drool in that support role. Both teams, starting off on that stereotypical 5-point setup. No one really wants to, try to do anything. But I like this from the Sejuani, though. Most people have gotten used to just starting the bot side, getting the stronger leash. In this case, if Alawi does start her E, which she has, you get a much stronger leash from the Tahm Kench here, just due to the fact that you can stack her E so much faster, and you're going to get much healthier of a clear. Now, the thing is, for Baskilla, he does need to avoid Talia. Talia will kite him out and will do a hell of a lot of damage. I do expect kind of just the full clear here, going towards the Raptors, make her way towards the bottom side, and then eventually get that scuttle, and then look for a gank, probably towards that top side. Because we were discussing it earlier. The only way that this Tahm Kench really shines here is if Alawi gets shut down.
Yeah.
If Alawi is allowed to split push against Dirtle here, can't pronounce names, right? Against Dirtle, if the Alawi is allowed to push, the game basically ends there. There is nothing that the Tahm Kench can do against Alawi, and they will lose off of the lead that she built.
Yeah, and it's a little bit hard for that Tahm Kench to really get ahead when you do have the Talia being so mobile. But on the flip side, there is the Sejuani, who is currently arguably the best jungler, as we are seeing a little bit of engage into the bottom lane, a little bit of damage thrown out, but nothing really coming out of it. And one lane I would like to focus on for a moment is this mid lane. I love this Zoe versus Corki matchup, because in the mid game, it can go all in the favor of Zoe. But once you get to the later stages, that Corki can take over, and it really is pivotal about when and where these mid laners call for their jungler ganks.
Yeah, no, and just the disgusting amount of damage that Corki does off of a crit, the magic AD split, it just does a ridiculous amount of damage. Talia's there in the bot lane, though.
Yeah, so is Baskilla, but in the top lane, there was a fight too. It looks like there's a double fight going on, but First Blood does go up into the top lane. Baskilla now trying to chase down Yakov. Not going to be successful, but Dirtle was still the one who picked up First Blood.
I mean, that's Sivir heal Talia flash in the bot lane. And you were saying that solo queue strats don't work in competitive settings. Tahm Kench takes Alawi, it's like, all right.
Well, they don't work unless the Alawi dives straight into the enemy tower. As now Angel is under fire, the ignite is down, auto attacks are going in. Andrew not able to do it, but Yakov takes him down with the ignite. Baskilla waiting in the wings, but I don't think they would have the damage even if he did join the fray, which means that it's just going to be a 1-0 in favor of Becker.
Yeah, no respect there coming out from Death there. I mean, he could have probably flashed earlier. The moment that Nautilus flash, he ended up saving it and trying to be a little greedy with it, and it just did not work out. Though it is a kill over to the Nautilus, though, all sums are now burnt in the bot lane for the side of Becker College, and Morgana still has Flash Ignite. So right now, if I'm Baskilla, I'm kind of looking towards that bot lane, that it's looking a little juicy.
Most likely, yes. I mean, both bot and top have no summoners for the side of Becker College, so this is just easy pickings for Sejuani if he can move around the map in just the right way and get up into those lanes, especially before that Alawi hits level 6, because once she does, it's near impossible to gank her.
Yeah, no, it'll be all on Dirtle here just to try to get kills. And I mean, he can do it against Alawi if he's able to get the Leap of Faith out. He can potentially get the 1v1 off there. Blitzcrank there, though, able to get the ward, does place a pink, and that's going to apply a bit of pressure onto this Zoe. Up 2 CS in the matchup, so right now, both Corki and Zoe keeping even in CS.
Yeah, the only real match that isn't going well for one of the two sides is that top lane where Bowler Joe is pushing in, and this is part of why I don't like Tahm Kench top in terms of like in coordinate 5v5 play, because you do get that chance to know where he's going more often than not and pivot into it. You pivot the Alawi into it, now you're pushing him almost completely out of lane. He's still 10 CS up. Even with the teleport, he's not going to really be able to match it. Plus, the ganks won't help because of the fact it's an Alawi. I just really don't like this pick in general, and I think that there are plenty of other top laners right now that would have done a better job.
The other thing is, even though for the side of Dawn, they got First Blood, they're still down 300 gold. Just look at that CS difference happening in the bot lane. This is the power of Sivir. She can just push you in basically for free, and, I mean, what can you really do? Now, here's something that a lot of people, mess up on when you play versus an Alawi. You're supposed to fight her when she pulls your test of spirit.
Yes,
and we're
they
starting
are.
to see-
Now we're starting to see that fight go down. It looks like Turtle is getting the better of this fight, trying to abuse it before level 6 does get that solo kill. Right now, able to pick up a little bit of that now at the bottom lane. We are seeing fights as Yakov already dead, but that's going to be the pushback. Blitzcrank trades it for Angel as here comes the Zoe. Hell's Gamer not quite there in time.
I mean, we're starting to see the power of the Tahm Kench versus Alawi. If he's able to get the fight in, it is really strong. I mean, she had ult there, but there's just nothing that she could do. Now without teleport, she's going to lose a big wave here to the tower. If Tahm Kench is able to push this, which he is, she will probably lose about half a wave because of that. That is massive now. Tahm Kench has now stabilized the lane. But again, on the other side of the map, Death just getting caught out. And speaking of getting caught out here.
Yeah, Blitzcrank is in trouble a little bit, but that spell shield from the black shield is going in. Now Zagreus trying to fight, dodges out that, and that's Baskilla going down. Hell's Gamer trying to run. Alpha Andrew trying to catch him, but going the wrong way there for a second. That momentary hesitation cost them that. Now Blitzcrank almost getting executed. What you doing?
Wait a minute!
I think that's the one where you hit all F4 because that was just a bit. Oh my God! I'm sorry. That goes on a League of Failures episode, ladies and gentlemen. Hell's Gamer takes down Alpha Andrews.
And Zoe hitting him with the auto attacks. Oh my God! The Scuttle was almost the MVP.
Here we
and
go
now
again.
We're just seeing. Oh my God! We're just gonna see the destruction of Alawi here.
No.
There's nothing that she can really do here.
Nothing that he can do. He can't get to her past the minion wave, whereas she's got tentacles in range. She's whittling away on that spirit right now. That's pretty much just Bowler's fight now. Dirtle is now the one at a disadvantage.
Look at his mana, though. He has nothing. This now turns into Dirtle's fight. And with Baskilla here, this is probably going to be a kill. Flash burn, though.
Yeah, flash burn, and that is going to be an easy escape from Bowler Joe. So now it's back to a little bit of an even situation, just a 300 gold lead up for the side of Becker. But overall, this game is still even, and they're really just waiting for this mid to late game. The worrying trend, though, is that mid lane CS difference.
Yep. Same thing with bot. 14 CS lead in the bot lane, and now a 10 CS lead in the mid lane. Oh! That hook almost hit, almost cost Death his life there. But I mean, right now, a lot is looking pretty good for the side of Dawn.
And
Tahm Kench is fed. He's going to be able to push in the Alawi, which is what you don't want. Because the thing is, even if Blitzcrank does come up there, there isn't much that he can do. Just due to the fact of how tanky Tahm Kench gets and how much his shield heals for and shields for, it is just almost impossible to be able to get that kill. Corky looking for the package, though. This might be a dive towards bot.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to start off yet. And I'd like to take a moment to step back, talk about just like what this game means to both teams. When we talked about it, like how it is a playoff, essentially a playoff deciding. You're playing for seeding, but at the end of the day, you've already both made playoffs. This game isn't the most impactful here, as now he's taking actually a fight between two tentacles. This is a dangerous situation for Dirtle. I don't know if he can get there quite in time. Does get that spirit. Here comes the wall from the Talia, able to zone him off, and now he's in a lot of trouble. Does have the damage there, but there's no mana for either of those targets from the side of Becker. One more slap will do it. The Alawi gets the kill, shutdown of the Tahm Kench.
Yeah, barely able to kill him, though. Flash is burnt, and Alawi does use Leap of Faith. So let's see if Dawn is able to make a play towards bot lane. Sejuani is coming down.
Yes, he is, but there it goes off. So, yep, there it was the Sivir ult. Now it does look like they are going to be able to escape. And this bottom lane, not going the way you would want, especially because of the fact that Alpha Andrew could scale every bit as hard as Angle X Death. But it's still Sivir who's technically better than Vayne right now. Blitzcrank, please don't die. There we go.
But to add on to your point that you were saying about this match actually does mean a lot here. That for the side of Dawn White, they are not clinched into playoffs. They're sitting at that third place spot, but that can easily change down to 6th just due to the fact that everyone below them is only one game away.
They actually are clinched via game record.
For the side of
Okay, no, I'm sorry, you're right.
Becker.
Galaxy can pass them. That's the only person who can.
Yep. So for the side of Becker, they're already in playoffs, but they can
Yeah.
drop all the way to 4th with a loss here. For the side of Dawn White, they're not clinched in playoffs. They really do need this win, or they need Galaxy to lose. Like there's no in between on that one.
Yeah,
So
if they
a
do
lot
win one
rides
game,
on
though,
that.
I believe that they are clinched.
Uh,
Because that would put them at 10 wins on the season, and Galaxy could not match. So all Dawn needs is one game to be able to guarantee that they are in playoffs.
Yeah, as long as Dawn does not get 2-0'd, you are correct there on that one. So they do either need to take the series or just take one win here to basically put themselves looking towards that second place spot. That, looking back at it, if my thing is correct, if they're able to beat Becker here, they would take that second place spot. The only other team that could maybe catch them is U.S. Army Esports, and that's if they beat the first place Timer Esports.
Yeah, and
You
fight.
see a big fight here.
Talking fight going on up in the top lane. Dirtle still underneath the tower. I don't think Dirtle could quite chase as far as he wants to here. Not going to be able to get that kill at all.
Kill is up here, though.
He's up here, but he does have the Test of Spirit and the Leap of Faith, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to try and get this.
Glacial Prison is still there, though. I think it's just going to force the Alawi off, so that's just going to be plates in the top lane. Not able to get the kill. They might have been able to do something, but just get the secured plates, and that's really all you need. You're going to be forcing Bowler Joe's teleport here, but on the opposite side, you're going to be losing the Air Drake. So 2 plates. Actually, they didn't even get 2 plates. So it's 1 plate and a teleport for a dragon. That might not be worth.
Yeah, I think that right there, the side of Becker did come out on top, but the side of Dawn are going for that Rift Herald. And again, I feel like we're focusing so much on top when it's really the least impactful lane. I feel like bottom lane is so much more pivotal because of just where these players are at. Look at the item gap right here between Alpha Andrew and Angle of X-Death. I mean, yes, Angle hasn't backed in a while and would probably be able to buy a Blade of the Ruin King, but still the gold gap is pretty significant there with that 700.
Yeah, it's a really big lead, and that's where most of this 1,000 gold lead is coming from. Bowler Joe is still trying to do something here.
Trying to do something, but it can actually get more damage down. One more slap of the tentacles, and that's it. That's going to be the kill onto the Tom Kench. Bowler Joe picks it up. Now they're looking to dive into the top lane. Blitzcrank does not land that seismic shove, but it will be Zagreus picking up the kill. He's at 2-0, so that means now it is all in the side of Becker. They're pushing up top.
Kind of questionable there from Beskilla. He did have the ultimate ready, and he just didn't use it. If he used it onto Blitzcrank, he would have definitely died there under turret. So kind of a questionable play there. Would have been able just to queue that way and get out. But we can't always see the correct play when you're playing the game. So it is what it is. But now a huge lead going in favor of Becker here. They tried to put a lot of resources into Dirtle here, but it's just not working out. The Vayne now down almost 30 CS. This is really not where you want to be. You're basically allowing Alpha Andrew just to free push your bot lane. Just look at him. He has no pressure, not a care in the world. Presses W. Gonna probably press Q here in a second. Or maybe not on this wave, but on the next wave. And just continue to push in. There's just nothing you can do.
Not in the slightest here. We are past that point where the turret plates have fallen, like you said, and now Hell's Gamer going to try and go bottom lane to alleviate some pressure, but the vision was solid there from the side of Becker. They had that crap on lock.
No, I mean, this is starting to become a lot more difficult. The only place that there's really a CS lead is in the jungle for Baskilla. But other than that, there's just nothing going well. Package use bot lane.
Yeah, gank there, and they're just going straight in onto Angle X Death, but now it will be Drool Sprite who is getting targeted. That is going to be Zagreus on a killing spree, trying to pick up that Morgana. That's going to be Blitzcrank taking that one 2-0 in favor of Becker, and they're going to be pushing down to the bottom lane, or are they going for Drake? What are they doing?
No, they're gonna be pushing towards the bottom lane. They did need minions. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was a lot of damage there from Bullet Joe. One more shot, and that's going to be it. That's the leap of faith for the kill.
See, I don't like the build that Dirtle went. I play a lot with a Tom Kench top, basically one trick. And going the Titanic Hydra just isn't the play here. He should have went more tanky. If he wanted to go the team out, fine. But to finish Titanic Hydra, you get HP, but that's about it. He should have been going more towards a tankier build, getting some MR, getting some armor, especially something like a Sunfire Cape or even a Bramble Vest to counteract the Alawi healing would have been a lot better than this Titanic Hydra that he's sitting on. But now you have a massive lead from the Corki. That's a flash burned by Hell's Gamer, though. And right now, all the momentum is going towards Becker College.
Yeah, and to contrast his opponent there, Bowler Joe actually built perfectly. By rushing those the Merc Treads, he's able to counter the percent health damage that Dirtle is doing with the Tasty passive.
I mean, this is just horrible for the side of Dawn White. There's basically nothing that they can do at this point in time. They need to try to scale for a little bit here and get to a point where the Vayne is useful. That at this point, she's basically not a champion. She needs that Rage Blade to become relevant. Without it, it's basically like not having an ADC.
Yeah, and this is a very questionable drop of the Rift Herald here. It's not going to really get you anything because the fact that there are 3 members here and a 4th roaming up, so that Shelly's just going to be more or less wasted.
I mean, unless you had to pop Rift Herald because it was running out of time, it is a waste. I believe they were running out of time on it. So,
yeah,
not the worst thing.
I would also like to point out the vision score difference between these two junglers, and that's just how they've been playing the game here. Baskilla has sort of been on the back foot the whole game because he hasn't been contesting vision nearly as much as Blitzcrank. And here as the fight looks to be starting up, but nothing quite yet. Zagreus does get chunked out for a lot, but Baskilla now in the front line, taking a lot of damages. Now Dirtle, teleport in the back with the Abyssal Voyage, but he's going to get absolutely shredded thus far. Does pop the gray health. That's going to be a little bit more damage. Alpha Andrew takes him down. That's a 1-for-1 thus far. Drool Sprite, now the one in trouble. Those tentacles trying to hit down on every single member as Bowler Joe does pick one up off the... Oh, the deletion from the Zoe. Hell's Gamer picks it up, but he's going to freaking lose his life for his efforts. Blitzcrank now on a killing spree. One more shot will kill off Baskilla, but that's not going to happen. Right now, that is going to be a 4-4-2 in favor of Becker.
Yeah, no, and the big thing is they get the Infernal Dragon afterwards, so this is massive for them. This just puts them up so much. They're most likely going to get the tower mid here as well. Going to fall very soon. Most likely fall right now, yeah. That's just a huge lead now in favor. Almost 6K in favor for Becker College Blue. And right now, this is looking really scary if you are Dawn White.
Yeah, every single member of Becker College, except for Yakov, is up over 1,200 gold. That should tell you like how oppressive the side of Becker are being right now. That Corki is online. We talked about how he needs more time to scale. Well, that kind of doesn't matter when he has 4 kills.
And no, definitely. I mean, right now, Angle Death just doesn't have an angle on this game. He's 1-4-1, doesn't have the CS to match anywhere close to Alpha Andrew, and it's just going from bad to worse.
Oh, Drool Sprite.
That's not what you're supposed to do. Sitting on a ward.
Didn't drop the pink in the bush.
So now this reduces a lot of vision for the side of Dawn White. After this top tower gets taken here, this might be the push towards securing Baron, or maybe just a fight here.
Yeah, Dirtle ticking down, going down here in just a second. Actually, he's lasted a lot longer, but that last rocket gonna do him in. That's another fish fillet. He's up to 5 deaths.
This is not going well at all for the side of Dawn White. And the thing is, looking at the team comp, it doesn't look bad. For the side of Becker College, they just want to be pushing tempo. And right now, they're being allowed to do that. The Sivir...
Oh,
bye-bye.
that was nasty. Now, Hell's Gamer does land that Sleepy Trouble bubble, but misses the paddle star by a mile. Drool and Dirtle are dead, and Becker are just doing whatever they want. It doesn't matter. There goes the Sleepy Trouble bubble. Will it land? Yes, it will. That's a shutdown onto Blitzcrank.
I mean, good shutdown there. That's a good bit of gold in the pocket of the Zoe. But will it matter? Probably not. The gold lead now sitting at around 7K. And right now, this becomes Becker College's game to lose. You know, you're up so much. You have a team composition that really spikes well into the mid game. So if this game is lost, it's going to be a loss from Becker College. It doesn't really seem like it would be a win coming out from Dawn White at them.
I mean, they actually have the better late scaling composition in terms of sheer damage because of the Corki and the Sivir. Plus, you've got Nautilus and Alawi, who would just become that little bit bulkier. You can't really engage into Alawi unless you drop the unless you drop that Glacial Prison on her. Now that's Sejuani's got to get out of dodge around the Baron.
This game is starting to spiral out of control little by little here for the side of Dawn White. They can't really match the Tom Kench with the Alawi anymore. Just look at those CS numbers. 40 CS difference in that top lane. And this is just becoming a massive hindrance for the side of Dawn White. They needed someone to be able to contest the Alawi. He was able to get 2 solo kills, but then from there, just got hit up over and over again.
That's a Sleepy Trouble bubble. Knocks him down on the double. Angel X, that does take down Alpha Andrew. But Yakov still trying to fight it in the 2v4. Here comes Blitzcrank to even the odds a little bit. Does miss that those stones there. Now Drool Sprite does pop the Zanies after the ultimate, but that's going to be him going down. Zagreus dominating 6 kills now. The Alawi trying to join the fight up here. Will Bowler Joe be able to make any difference after the fact? I don't quite think so. Still chasing down. That's the flash. I don't know what you're doing there, man. Now that's going to be the eating there. That's a dead Alawi. What was on his mind?
He had murder on his mind, but he got hit by the cops there. Everyone just shows up and stops him there. I mean, just kind of a terrible play coming out there from Bowler Joe. I don't really know what he was trying to do there. But again, this is what I was talking about. It's really College Blue's game to lose here. Becker College Blue. It's their game to lose. They just threw a bunch of kills back in the direction of Dawn White. And now the gold lead shrinks ever so slightly, now at a 6K gold lead. So a few more of those, and you might see Dawn White get back into this game.
And best killer right there. They don't even know that he's there now, as everything missed onto Alpha Andrew. They understand that if they take out Alpha Andrew, that's a lot of damage just gone. As now the items, they're evening up in that bottom lane. Angle has gotten a couple kills. There have been a couple deaths for Alpha Andrew. They could have their avenue back in this game, but that mid lane difference is still so huge.
I mean, it's not as massive as we're portraying it out to be. Zoe does have 4 kills, does have 2 assists, as well as the fact that she's only down 11 CS here. So it's not the most massive thing. Okay.
Best killer going in and about to go down. But no, that's actually the Catfish trying to save. The soul gets ripped out. Here comes Blitzcrank. Walls off his own team. That was a mistake there. Everyone's going to get out alive.
Yeah, so this is just going to translate into the Ocean Drag. And I think for the side of Becker College Blue, they have to start transitioning towards that Baron. 5.5K gold lead now in their favor. But the only real way that they're going to be able to close out this game is through a Baron. The wave clear for the side of Dawn White isn't the best, but it's definitely not the worst. And especially with that Vayne with 2 items, it's going to start being a hindrance. This is going to be the mid T2 tower going down in favor of Becker College, and they're going to knock onto this inhib.
Yeah, they're knocking on heaven's door. It does look like they're not going to be able to quite kick it in. Those hinges just a little bit too strong. As now Bowler Joe does get hit up by the Sleepy Trouble bubble, does take a lot of damage, but does survive. So that's going to stop any sort of push that they had in mind.
Yeah, no, but I mean, Alawi does have teleport. This could be the push towards Bear, and yeah,
Let's
you hate
crank.
to see those. Interesting, but it does give us a bit of time to talk, even though he just did connect. But it gives us a little bit of time to discuss what's going on here. The fact that for Becker College, they really do need Baron, and they have a composition to take it very quickly. Even though there's no Mountain Dragons for either team, you have a double ADC plus a Talia. You're going to be doing a disgusting amount of damage to objectives. And especially with the Corki sitting on 2 items, Sivir sitting on 2.5, it's going to be taken very quickly. If they're given about 15 seconds, that Baron is going to melt.
Yeah, and that's not even talking about the gold in pocket. There's another 800 gold on each of those 80 carries that you mentioned, so that's at least a component of an item here. It's not the full shebang by a long shot, but especially with this wave top lane, which is growing, the Zagreus could pick up. It could mean that he could back and get something like a BF sword, something along those lines to help give him that little bit extra damage to cut down Baskilla.
Definitely, and I mean, this is the push onto mid lane. Condemn does hit, but Angle is going to take a lot of damage here.
Yeah, Sleepy Trouble bubble lands, and was that the flash?
Yes, it was. Very questionable flash there coming out from Blitzcrank. Better safe than sorry, but I really don't think there was any possibility of Zoe ever hitting anything on to Blitzcrank. So, bit of a questionable flash there.
Yeah, right now we are just looking at sort of a stalemate to the moment. Despite that 6,000 gold lead in favor of Becker, they can't really push up anything. And now Dirtle is just free pushing in the bottom lane. The Talia ultimate is up, so if they do catch him, he's a dead man. Or more so, he's just another fish fillet. Does look like they're roaming up, but I don't think they're quite in range yet to cut him off. Dirtle thinks he's just in a 1v1, but here comes Blitzcrank here. The damage will be there between the two of them. If he can get it, that's going to be those stones being thrown. Seismic shove going down. Dirtle gonna be taking a lot of damage. There is the rend of the spirit, and he gets killed by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, no, definitely bad play there. I mean, I feel for the side of Dawn White, they could have just rushed Baron there with the Vayne with Rage Blade. They take it extremely quickly, and they saw the jungler bot side. So definitely a bit of a miscommunication there. Not the best plays right now coming out from the side of Dawn White.
Yeah, and with Dirtle dead, that's just free pushing into the bottom lane for Bowler Joe, who, honestly, with the movement coming out from the side of Dawn White, Becker could just use this to establish control over the Baron Pit, which they are doing.
Yeah, I mean, right now, again, for the side of Becker, they need to take the Baron to continue to push their lead. That's the Sleepy Bubble trouble onto Bowler. He does have Leap of Faith, though.
Right now, that is both of them, the solo laners into the bottom lane, trying to get onto Bowler Joe, which means that the side of Becker are going to try and go for Baron instead, which is already down to about half, and there is no way for those two members of them to get up there quite yet. They need to get closer for that Tom Kenchel. They can't quite get there. That's going to be the kill on the Baron for Alpha Andrew, and that's going to be another kill for him onto Bass Killer. Now the fight has started up. Dirtle is the first target. Hell's Gamer trying to flash away. Zagreus on the hunt, out for blood, trying to get the kill onto that little god girl. It does look like both of them will die. 2 kills more for that. Ooh! That was good timing on the binding, but still the Baron is lost in favor of Becker.
I mean, right now, this is probably going to be the inhib falling for the side of Dawn White. Really great job there. Calm by the side of Becker College Blue, even though both junglers ended up missing Smite, and it ends up being Alpha Andrew that picks up the Baron. That's going to be the double inhib coming out here for Becker Blue. Gold lead now bubbled to 10,000 off of that one play.
Yeah, 10,000, and that is one very, very big mountain to climb if the side of Dawn White are going to do it. They need to focus on getting these picks, and the first man that they got to get Zagreus. If that Corki is allowed to wail away during a fight, there's no winning that fight.
I mean, this is just terrible for the side of Dawn White. There isn't much that can be done at this point. Gold lead sitting at 10k, like we said. The Sivir now sitting on 3.5 items. This is whew.
I'm not a fan
If you're
of
ever
the
gonna
death
climb a
cap
mountain,
choice.
this is going to be the mountain that you climb.
I'm not a fan of the death cap choice on the Zoe as opposed to Azania's Hourglass right now, particularly because of the fact that a lot of the crowd control of Becker is very telegraphed, very bursty. You need to be able to survive as the Zoe, given that you're the primary damage right now. But that death cap, it's a very greedy pickup.
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, for the Zoe, she's basically the one that has to carry at this point. You have the 2 tanks. You have the Vayne for some damage. She is sitting on 3 items, which is pretty big for her. But, oh my, speak of the carry!
Okay, forget everything I just said. Death cap is fine, because you can do stuff like that.
Hitting them with the fair and balanced champion, by the way.
I mean, it is a fair and balanced champion when you do it right, but also that champion has 5 kills, so it's not necessarily like that's an unbalanced champion. That's just a fed Zoe. Now, it does look like the fight has started up. Bass Killer going to be taking a lot of damage, but it is Yikov who takes down Spriddle first. Now the Spirit dies. Those tentacles are coming in to slap, and now it's Blitzcrank on the backside throwing out the Rolling Stones, but Hell's Gamer is going to pick up another kill, as is Angel X Death, but he's going to die as well. It is a 4 for 3. That is going to be a backdoor attempt by Bowler Joe. What is he going to try to accomplish here? He knows he's not going to be able to do it. He does take down 1 Nexus Tower. Can he take down both Nexus Towers? Actually, is he going to be able to win the game right here? Can he do it? Bowler Joe trying to get onto Hell's Gamer. That's going to be the Sleepy Trouble Bubble landing here. That's going to be the kill, but the damage has been done with both Nexus Towers going down, buying time for his team to respawn.
Yeah, this is really all you needed here. It's going to be the pause here that I think Angle thought that the game was over before it was. Left the game. But still a chance here for the side of Dawn White. Stopping Boulder Joe at the end of it here. But I mean, is there really an opportunity here?
Oh, no.
18k? Or no, I can't math. 9k at this point? Double Nexus down.
Yeah, right at about 8k, 9 towers up, an objectively perfect game thus far by Becker.
Man.
Feels bad right here as Dawn do really need to pick up that game.
I mean, the only way... Well, I mean, listen. The meme has always been, for the side of Dawn, they lose the first game and then come back and sweep the series from there. So, I mean... We kind of just have to hope for the side of Dawn, for their sake, that is the case. That's the only way that they really make it into playoffs. They have, their destiny in their own hands. Like, the odds of them making playoffs is high, but they can guarantee playoffs with just 1 win.
It's actually not high, because they have to win that game, because Galaxy 2-0'd. And Galaxy has the tiebreaker between the two.
Oh, no!
If Dawn don't win a game, they are out of playoffs.
Oh, geez. That just puts
because even Army Esports, actually, because of their record, they would take the 3rd seed over Dawn, even if they got 0-2 today. Because they would have 9-6 to the 9-8 of Dawn, and the 9-8 of Galaxy, with Galaxy having the tiebreaker over Dawn.
Wow. That is a lot of pressure now over to the side of Dawn White. This game, most likely a loss. We're going to have to see what happens. But I mean, they kind of just have to look at game 2. Oh, yikes. Huh. The ADC's power may have went out, that it is storming here on the East Coast. So, have to see if we get word as to what is happening here.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. There are some things that you can't really avoid in life. Storms are one of them.
It's a big yikes.
Yeah.
Right now, luckily enough, the game is so one-sided that it's like, if he doesn't come back, it's like okay, happens, whatever. We just move on, look to game 2, try to get our ADC back, But hopefully, Angle Death is able to reconnect here. We'll just have to see. But I mean, for the side of Becker College Blue, they played a pretty good game. The only real hole that was there was Bowler Joe getting solo killed twice. Other than that, it's been a pretty immaculate game coming out from the side of Becker College. The only real issues have been, a couple team fights here and there. Boulder getting caught out in the bot lane twice. But other than that, it's not that bad.
Yeah, right now, I still think Dawn need to just forget about this game, go back to the drawing board, and look at their composition. Look at the weaknesses here. Look at how that Tom Kench was bullied far too often, how the Sejuani wasn't impactful enough in the early game, and how that Vayne Morgana was just bullied out here. I really feel like if you're going to do that kind of that kind of bottom lane, you don't do it into a Sivir Nautilus.
Yeah, no. Whew. It's just, I don't know. A lot of team compositional errors. They left up the Sivir, which is a big question mark, because even after her nerfs, she's still an S plus tier ADC. You left up the Nautilus, who's still an S plus tier support.
Mm.
And you tried to counter it with the Morgana, but, it didn't avail. You still allowed the Sivir to get such a huge CS lead, sitting at 30 CS at one point. It was just overall not a good time.
I'm gonna go back and take a look at the bans that we had earlier, see what we're looking at in terms of that ban phase, and figure out what could have been banned if they banned in client what they banned in pro draft. I would hope that they would, but you never know. So I'm gonna look back, see if can double check, make sure what was banned away to see what could have sort of forced them onto this composition here. Ezreal, Aurelia was up, because the bans were Darius, Vladimir, Kled, Jinx, and Hecarim from the side of Becker. Ezreal, Karma, Ari, Aatrox, and LeBlanc from the side of Dawn White.
I mean, the Aatrox ban is good, but
yeah, the Aatrox, Ezreal, and Karma are serviceable bans, mostly because of the fact like Karma can flex.
I wouldn't even. I don't like the Ezreal ban though, because you could have replaced that with the Sivir.
But if you do ban the Ezreal, that does mean that you can prevent Ezreal Yuumi.
I mean, would you rather face an Ezreal Yuumi or would you rather face a Sivir? And I guess in this case they'd rather face the Sivir, and they still ended up meeting the same fate regardless.
The ban that has me questioning is that Ari ban, unless like that is just Zagreus's bread and butter, absolute favorite pick. But it isn't. The Zoe is.
I don't know. Just overall questionable pick bans coming out from the side of Dawn. I would have much rather seen something like a Caitlyn, maybe. That might have ended up being better than the side of than Vayne in this case.
I feel like you could have gone Kai'Sa and done better.
Most likely.
I feel like Kai'Sa would have been pretty good in this situation. Xayah Rakan could have been pretty good, but I know that Nautilus can counter Rakan fairly easily, so I guess that wouldn't have been a good idea. Draven you mostly used to negate Xayah Rakan.
Draven would have been a bit questionable. I think the pick here was either Jinx or Sivir. Or Jinx or Caitlyn. And then maybe... I mean, you have such a good front line with the Tom Kench and Sejuani. It really just comes down to the fact that, you built such a strong lead with Dirtle, and then you did nothing with it. You inted over 3 kills, and you continued to go into side lanes and die without wards over and over and over again. The CS lead at one point was sitting at about 50 CS, and it just became such a problem. He could fight Boulder Joe one-on-one, but the thing is, it was never one-on-one, and they did that on purpose, and that just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and also, somebody in the chat didn't mention that just because something is strong doesn't mean that. Apologies for that. I'm used to casting like the UPL big league, and that's more on me for expecting like challenger level flexibility out of everybody. So apologies for that, but still, I would like to see a little bit more cohesiveness in the competition. Again, I know that you love it. I know you love it, but I really hate this Tom Kench top.
I mean, well, one thing that I want to clear up: Jinx was banned.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I said it's like it would have been a good pick, but she was banned.
Yeah. So I didn't realize that. That's my mistake. But the Tom Kench could have worked, and the thing with it is, if he would have rotated more, if he would have been able to continue to push the advantage onto Bowler Joe, it would have been okay. And the biggest issue, finally back, 10 minutes later. But the biggest issue this game was his build. If he would have just finished the T-Mot and went from there, building tank, going into that Sunfire Cave, getting maybe Adaptive Helm, maybe getting Spirit Visage. After he finished that T-Mot, he would have been in a much better position. Going the Titanic Hydra doesn't really add much of anything. Also, you can push just as hard with the T-Mot in comparison to going Titanic Hydra. So I think that's where he really fell behind a lot. And yes, he had the damage to fight Boulder Joe, but then when it came to where Tom Kench is supposed to excel in those 1v2 scenarios, he just didn't have the tankiness to deal with it, and that just cost him the game.
Yeah, and I also would have liked, I'm going to say, like, looking at Dirtle's champion pool, I would have preferred, a blind pick Camille than this Tom Kench, because the fact is, like, it's kind of a lot less easy, I think, and the fact of the matter that it can be flexed. So I feel you would have gotten a lot better and a lot more utility out of that, because even if you fall behind as Camille, you could still build a little bit more bulky and be and engage with the stun. I think that this Tom Kench, like, when it falls behind, you're not doing much.
I didn't even think that it was mostly on the Tom Kench. I think the bot lane was so far behind that you couldn't make plays towards the bot side. You couldn't do everything that you wanted to do. The hook onto Best Killer doesn't have the passive anymore, so that's pretty big. They are going to try to push towards this top tower. They don't have Baron anymore, but this is still a really strong push. You have two ADCs with RFC. Drowsy does hit.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage onto Yakov there now. Backing up, trying to heal up. Will they be able to get him? Doesn't look like it, as they just continue to wave clear. That's the thing. Even though you take down Yakov's health, you still have to worry about Zagreus and Alpha Andrew there. That is going to be the hook by Yakov. Black Shield is down. Dirtle did get hit up by the Spirit Tether. That means that he's going to be taking a lot of damage there. Does not have the tentacles on top of him. Just damage trade between both sides. Now Angel taking the full channel of it.
Yeah, if you want to see League of Fails, you should have seen Best Killer's ult. Just sent it straight up into nothing. Kind of a yikes. They might have been able to do something with the Zoe when the target was stunned.
He was doing his best Xmithy impression, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Well, but, I mean, actually, at this point, it's probably his blessed Svenskeren impression.
Whew. Telling me it's more of an Arcadian. Maybe a Grig, even.
Potentially, but I'm not going to go there. It does look like right now they're just going to keep on pushing in here, and a red inhibitor has spawned in the middle lane, and that means that bottom lane one is going to be spawning up really soon too. Trying to siege out here. It's going to be on the side of Dawn to engage here. They have to abuse these low health bars, and they didn't, which means that now it's just going to be a retreat. This is a very risky Baron if they try it.
Is it risky, though? The jungler has to back. They have no vision on it. It's just going to be the Baron secured. There's literally zero risk to this.
Yeah, well, I was thinking that they would at least chase a little bit, but they ended up not chasing, meaning that they do get a pretty much risk-free Baron as opposed to the side of Dawn contesting it. Does look like right now that's going to be the game, probably.
Yeah, you just go straight to Elder and you end the game off of that. Corki has package. They're going to try to do a fight there at Elder, but
Rainbows.
it's too late at this point. There's basically nothing that can be done unless the Corky goes in there and just runs it down a little bit. That or Angle just makes an insane outplay. They do get the Scuttle Crab, but
Yeah.
it's going to be very difficult for the side of Dawn White to be able to do anything.
Yeah, no,
Look
Angle
at
already. So that man is already almost dead. Now he's dead. That's going to be the fish fillet. Next on the menu, serving up a seafood slice piece there. Now it does look like they're just going to chase, trying to catch up, trying to deal with that little bit of damage. They could just push for the inhibitor and then the game at this point. Who needs the Elder Drake? That big purple dragon is nothing compared to the buff of the big purple worm known as the Baron, which they have in their pocket. That's going to be the tether back. There it comes. There it goes. Hell's Gamer, now in hell himself. Drool, Spittle, and Bass Killer. Well, you ain't killing a damn thing right now, my friend, and that is going to be the Spittle wiped off the mouth, and that means that Dawn White are going to be told goodnight by Becker in this first game.
I mean, there's nothing really to talk about that we haven't talked about already. Tom Kench got the solo kills, then didn't push after that. The itemization was just terrible. Bass Killer missed a bunch of ults. And then for the side of Angle Death, just couldn't perform. Got 4 items on the Vayne, but the thing is, Sivir was just sitting on gold. She didn't really care. All she needs is 100% crit, and she's going to do the damage a lot more than what the Vayne could. That was just the end of it.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, just looking at this here, taking a look at the stats in a moment when they load in, ladies and gentlemen. Are they going to load in? All right, I guess not.
I mean, I can tell you, Quirky had the most damage in the game with Zoe as the second most. Sivir also sitting at 28k damage. And the big thing is that Alawi sitting at 26k damage. Overall, just really well played. Coming out from the side of Becker College Blue. Now the thing is, will they be able to carry that into game number 2? Or will it be Dawn White picking up the win that they need to be able to secure playoffs for themselves? That'll be the question that will be answered in game number 2 that will be coming up fairly shortly. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Actually, before we go out, we're actually going to give a quick ad read towards the Upsurge League itself. Upsurge Esports is giving everyone experienced or not the chance to compete for a prize pool of $3,000, as well as an opportunity to qualify for Riot Games LCS Scouting Grounds qualifiers of the Face It Scouting Grounds circuit. This is a 2-day tournament and will be held on August 3rd and 4th, where registration is open now. There's no entry fee, so anyone can enter. Just grab 5 buddies and play in it. I mean, Scouting Grounds, people. So strap in and get ready for the Upsurge Esports Open Qualifier. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Upsurge Minor League. I am Hypertension, joined here by Sordo. We are here for Game 2 between Dawn and Becker. We are already into the Pros draft here. It does look like there will be an Ari ban, Nautilus ban, Hecarim, and the Kled. And now Quirky as well. I like the adaptation.
Yeah, that Quirky was a real pain to deal with. Got extremely fed extremely early. And kind of just steamrolled the game from there. So I do like the adaptation. Hopefully, they will be doing something else here with the last ban here.
And
maybe
it appears if it will be the Vladimir once again. I believe that was one of the bans in the previous game instead of the Jinx, though. So now the Jinx is up, the Sivir is up, Ezreal is up, Yumi, Aurelia, they're plenty of champs up, Karma, Darius, all of them up, and now it's going to be that flex pick Karma that is up for Dawn White, but Becker respond with the Sivir.
I mean, that's what you want. You could lock in the Sivir, you lock in the other bot laner, and you just say, okay, come at us. It doesn't really matter what you pick. And that's the priority that Sivir has. She doesn't really care what you pick as an ADC. There's only one or two that do well into Sivir, and it's Draven. Draven falls off really hard. So...
yeah, unless he does snowball, it's really hard for him to stay relevant. So this is going to be the Sivir Talia locked in for Becker. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whereas Dawn, they know that crap was broke, so that means it's time to break it.
Now you just got to break it even more. Bring in the Jinx. I'm crazy, but I got a doctor's note, ladies and gentlemen, so it's fine. Now, the question becomes, is this going to be Jinx Karma bot lane?
Now, that's an interesting pick.
Okay. I like it. You have a lot of early game pressure against Talia. She can kite you, but you can still catch up to her using your E and using your Q. And your W slow as well. So it's a half-decent pick. Does the Kayn want to fight the Talia outright? Probably not. But the thing is, there's a lot of scaling depending on what... I believe it's Blitzcrank? Yes, Blitzcrank.
It does look like that will be a Morgana picked up for the side of Becker. I don't...
That's killer.
I'm not as fond of that Morgana still. Maybe it's just personal preference.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. You stop the Kayn, especially if he goes into the Rost form. You stop the Mantra Qs coming out from Karma. The slow from Zap. So I definitely expect something, more aggressive coming out from Becker College. We do get into the second part of the bans. Alawi is going to be taken off the table. Darius, Aatrox as well. They do not want the top laner for Dawn, Dirtle.
There he is. I was wondering why in the first game there wasn't a Mordekaiser ban.
So I've played a bunch of Mordekaiser, played against it, played with it, and it's very hit or miss. And I mean, I guess Dirtle never misses, but I mean, Mordekaiser is, again, very hit or miss. It either does extremely well and is able to scale and does ridiculous amounts of damage, and you ult someone away, most likely the ADC and or important carry at that point, or it just falls flat on its face. It has one form of CC, it has a Q that slows, and that's about it. But the Cho'Gath going to be picked up instead. It's a very interesting pick. We've started to see Cho'Gath creep back a little bit, but that Gnar is going to be very troublesome for him.
Yeah, Gnar will be a little bit troublesome. Cho'Gath there. This matchup doesn't go as well for the Cho'Gath right now. I don't think either of these champions are in the best spot at the moment. Frankly, as a Cho'Gath player, I think that he could be in a much stronger spot. Tanks in general could be. Gnar is a good pick into this, at least for the lane, but as you get later and later, it will be a little bit trickier to pull off this composition from Dawn, given the fact that it's so squishy.
The thing is, with the ult buffs that came into Gnar, with his cooldown, the champion has started to creep back up, and his win rate did skyrocket when those buffs came through. So I do think it's a pretty good pick, especially into a composition like this. But for the side of Becker, they really do have their late game secured right now with Sivir, with Cho'Gath, or Kassadin, Cho'Gath, Sivir. You just have a monster late game. Yes, you do have the what's the PG way to put this? Zoe. We love that champion, right?
Yeah.
But you do have Zoe on the side of Dawn.
It's a fun champion.
Yeah, right? Really fun. Interactive. But you have Zoe. You have the potential to one-shot the Sivir. You basically have the one-shot potential on everyone except for the Cho'Gath and the Kassadin. So, for the side of Dawn, if they allow Jinx to scale, if they take a team fight correctly, they can win it. But it's going to be very difficult for them to win.
And right now, I do think that the side of Becker do have the superior composition. I feel it just works a lot better. They can kite back, they can go in, they can run away. They can kind of do a little bit of all, and they have such incredible scaling. Holy crap, the scaling on Becker is nuts. That landing phase is going to be a trick.
And the big difference between last game and this game, which I think, was the only flaw that you could really foresee in Becker's comp, is the fact that they didn't have a tank. Now they fix that with the Cho'Gath, and I mean, he's one of the most,
tanky
difficult people to kill, just because he'll sit at 6k HP at 35 minutes, and you just sit there and you're like, well, I want to do damage. Why aren't I doing damage? Why is he eating me for 1,000 true damage?
Because Cho'Gath is awesome, and he's an absolutely fun champion who's one of my favorites. No, but in all seriousness, though, the compositions have been picked. Guys, we'll be taking a short break, and we'll be right back after this. But first off, before we go, we're going to take this moment to give you an ad read from our sponsors at Midwest Esports. Midwest Esports has been around for many years, starting as a small student group out of Wichita State University. Oops, sorry, it disappeared for a moment. Since then, Midwest Esports has grown to be a veteran organizer to tournaments and events throughout the United States. They host tournaments for games like League of Legends, Rocket League, as well as Overwatch. For more information, check them out at MidwestEsports.com. Thank you, and we will see you guys on the Rift. back here, ladies and gentlemen, on to Summoner's Rift. Once again, I'm Hypertension, joined here by Sordo for Game 2 between Donna and Becker doing a very ambitious invade. That's going to be the Dark Binding, just barely missing the damage onto Angle X Death, but that's about it.
I mean, better than, or actually no, for the side of Dawn White. They really do need this game though. Like, if they don't win this game, I'm pretty sure we talked about it. I think they're out of playoffs, yeah?
Yes, they are. They would be down to Galaxy Gaming, and Galaxy Gaming would take the 4th spot with Dawn being in the, being all by themselves at 5th. They have to win, and their composition needs to snowball as well, so.
This is just a terrible time for them right now. Hopefully, for the side of Dawn White, they'll be able to do something here. That last game, it kind of, was looking good for them, especially with Dirtle, but then it just all fell apart.
Yeah, and the good thing is here for the side of Dawn is that they do have, I would say, all of their lanes, they have the winning early game. They have 2 ranged into melee matchups in the solo lanes. So that is going to be good for them, but it's all going to be about if that Kayn of Basquilla can get those stacks up in time.
Yeah, no, and I mean, that's the thing about Kayn. If you are able to get the stacks early, then you can be relevant. But if you are not allowed to stack, and especially after they changed it to where you get double stacks before 10 minutes, but you get less stacks beforehand, but Blitzcrank trying to make up.
Yeah, trying to get that gank in. Does put the Unraveled Earth, but there's no Seismic Shove available, so I don't know why he did that. That was just the stones being thrown and nothing coming out of it.
Are about to go Mega up here.
Yeah, Dirtle about to go Mega, but not really able to get anything significant onto Bowler Joe, who's just farming, letting this happen. Honestly, this is the best time for him is when that Mega Gnar is up because of the fact that he can out-damage the Mega Gnar at the moment with those E's. He's got the knockup now, but now the Mini Gnar, that's the dangerous point. He's got to be careful, and Bowler Joe does escape.
And no, barely able to get out of there. At least he was able to get out, and that's the important part about it. So right now, for the side of Boulder, he is still trading correctly, and if he's able to kill a few more minions, he's going to get the mana and HP back. That's the Rupture.
Yeah, it's the Rupture, but now he's in trouble. He's just going to die to this one. First blood goes over to Dirtle, flashed into his death.
I don't think that's how that one's supposed to go. Not gonna lie.
Not in the slightest, honestly. Now it does look like a trade of shields there. Nothing really coming out of that except for a little bit of chip damage.
And just a little bit of chip damage there. Kayn could potentially go towards mid lane here, though.
Yeah, but that Cassidy is so far pushed up, I don't really think they can. Oh, there's the damage. Dark Binding, Angle of Death does have to flash out.
But I mean, again, this is such a mistake coming out from Dawn. They didn't ban the Sivir because they think that they can play into it. But look at that CS difference going on there. You already have an 11 CS lead going on for the Sivir, and the only thing going well for you right now is Dirtle. Again, picks up the solo kill off of the mistake from Bowler Joe. He just didn't want to commit early, and it cost him majorly. I feel like he's going to have to go into Tab Eyes and hope to God he can stabilize the lane.
Yeah, but look at that jungle CS going on for Basquilla. He's got double the CS of Blitzcrank right now because of that failed gank and just what he's been able to do. And here comes Blitzcrank into the mid lane. That's going to be that momentary silence. Hell's Gamer trying to escape. I don't think he's going to be able to. Seismic Shove. That's going to be the death knell. Zagreus takes him out.
And no, and I mean, that CS lead is pretty massive in the jungle, but again, CS doesn't win Kayn games. It's getting that transformation off that is going to win him the game, whether he goes into... Okay, that's going to be exhaust.
In a little bit of trouble, taking a little bit too much damage there. Yakov now going to try and see if he can body block, but can he? Now the gank coming down. Blitzcrank does miss the Seismic Shove. Death now trying to deal out more damage onto Blitzcrank. That's going to be the tether, the flash out from Blitzcrank now. Basquilla is going to pick up Blitzcrank. Yakov is a dead man walking. One more little chunk should do it. little bit more. No, Yakov
Ooh.
barely gets hit by that zap.
Man, American Sniper Angel Death putting in the work there. Great job by Baskilla, though. Able to get some of his form there, probably at about half. I hate the fact that we can't see how far he is into his form.
I
But
believe we can, actually.
can we now? We'll finally fix it.
Let's see.
Nope.
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 Never mind.
Nope. Riot Games, ladies and gentlemen. But he will start up the Infernal Drake. Great counter gank there in the bot lane. And it all works out well for them. Alpha Andrew getting a bit too aggressive. Does barely get out with his life. This might be a good trade here.
It could be. That's going to be
not
the Gnar coming out. That's the little bit of damage. Will he be able to get out with the tower? No, the minions! The minions do it as they also get the Infernal Drake there. Now Blitzcrank trying to go in to kill Dirtle. Not going to be able to. This early game is all in the favor of Dawn.
If Dirtle hit that W, I think Blitzcrank might have died there. He doesn't have flash, doesn't have anything. So would have been a very scary situation. But I mean, right now, you are correct in saying the fact that the early game is going completely and utterly in favor of Dawn this game. Good difference coming out from last game, though. The only real lead that they had was from Dirtle, and everything else kind of fell apart. But still, the CS lead is in favor of Alpha Andrew, and it will continue to bubble towards him. So as long as Angle is able to keep it in CS, maybe be down around 10 CS, then the lane should be fine, should equalize because of that kill.
Yeah, and right here, the question is, which form do you think Baskilla should go into to support this snowball?
He's going to have to go Rust. Because the moment that the Kassadin ults in, he has to be able to knock him up. When Bowler Joe eventually gets that Righteous Glory, he's going to have to stop him. He's going to have to do something. Going Shadow Assassin, though it's strong, unless you're able to one-shot Alpha Andrew or you're able to one-shot Yakov, you basically are just worthless at that point. So, but he did go
100% agreed there. I do think that like Shadow Assassin would be a massive mistake here because also you have very conditional crowd control here. You have the skill shot from the Zoe. You have the Gnar who has to be in their faces and can be blocked by things like the Seismic Shove, like the Escape and the Spell Shields. You have the Shogath who can silence. You just have to be careful. So I really think that Rost is the correct option here, right there with you.
The thing is, yeah, he did go electric. So I feel like he's probably going to go into Shadow Assassin. That's Blitzcrank bot, though.
Yeah, he's ganking into the bottom lane, does land that Seismic Shove onto Angle X Death, and that's going to be that, I forget what the name of that summer spell is. That's Exhaust. That was the kill for Blitzcrank.
Yeah, we're not really used to Exhaust being there anymore.
Just not good.
I mean, got the slow off. Did get them the kill nevertheless. Big chunk there on to the Kassadin there. Big chunk on to Yakov. Here comes the Kane.
Go. That's the Kane. Baskilla does kill Yakov. Now Alpha Andrew trying to get out. The ultimate coming in, but this is only going to charge the Shadow Assassin. That's the problem. It is a double kill. That's a lot of gold. But the Shadow Assassin is the one that gets all the points, not Rost.
Yeah, no, most likely Baskilla will go into the Shadow Assassin. To be honest with you, sitting at 301, this is probably one of the only times that going Shadow Assassin would probably make sense here. Again, for the side of Dawn, they are looking for that early game.
Ooh. Was a
That's
very
just the
good
W
rift
Ignite, so it doesn't really matter all too much. Just free damage coming out.
That was a frame perfect Rift Walk there. Now the damage onto Hell's Gamer. Got to be careful now because Zagreus forced to be reckoned with.
Yeah, no, really strong here. But I mean, we just look at those CS numbers. Every single lane is winning, except for bot lane. But I mean, again, to be expected. Sivir into Jinx. Jinx does not win out on the CS war.
Wait, why is Bowler Joe not charging up his stacks on the minions?
That would be a good question.
A little bit of info. Oh no! Right now, Zagreus in so much trouble. Not gonna die quite yet, but no. Back to the lesson in top lane, ladies and gentlemen. If you are playing Cho'Gath and you are losing lane, eat your minions. They'll help you get back into the game because they'll basically provide you an item's worth of HP. He's basically just giving away 700 HP right now.
At this point, basically, he could have probably gotten 2 ult charges off already, but has yet to use it. And I mean, he's just gonna keep going down and down. He's probably gonna get dove here. Yep, that's Gnar. That's just
that's Gnar, and that's just death. So now, not only are you behind, not only is that, but you have no ultimate stacks. This is such a bad situation. Here, now Blitzcrank is the one who is getting targeted by that Shadow Assassin Kane. 11-minute Shadow Assassin.
I mean, it's strong. He has the Moby Boots as well. So he's going to be all over the map and definitely on Blitzcrank the entire game. This might be the second Infernal Dragon going over to them, though, and this is going to be massive.
Yeah, and an Infernal Drake will be huge here for this snowballing comp. Yes, it will get better the later that they go on, but this will help them overcome the fact of their squishiness by just dealing out so much freaking damage.
Yep. So second Infernal Drag. Up to, I think it's 16% damage. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, it is 16%.
Hey, there we go. Big brain math. But that is a lot of damage onto the Jinx, onto the Zoe, and especially onto that Kane. Probably going to go into either the Ghost Blade or the Dusk Blade here. And my goodness, if you are Sivir, you need to look out. Because there is no one that can save you from the Shadow Assassin one-shot.
No, there's not now. Bowler Joe, oh my god, once again, this is going to be the 4th burst, same as the first 3. That's a dead man right there. That is a big dead void monster. Dirtle on a rampage. 4 kills, already has his frozen mallet.
Wow, he went straight frozen mallet. Most people end up going the black cleaver. He's like, nah.
Into Cho'Gath, if you're this far ahead, that was the smart move.
Yep, really smart move. He's going to get yet another solo plating, and this is also attributed a lot to his lead, you know. There's just not much that he can do. 5 plates there, that's 800 gold, plus another one. The first tower, that's a lot of damage on the Blitzcrank. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Boss Killer, being the killer in this game with his 4th kill. And again, I think that this game, like, a lot of it lies right now onto Blitzcrank and Bowler Joe. There was no ganks up into the top lane. There hasn't been ganks for the past 2 games, really, into the top lane from Blitzcrank. And you have to imagine, in the sort of Gnar versus Cho'Gath lane, that Cho'Gath needs help. He's down 3 deaths, but there's still no help coming up from that Talia.
Yeah, no, now sitting at a 42 CS deficit, it's just, whew, 40 CS at this point. Best Killer trying to do something in the mid lane, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to. The damage, it's a lot, but it's not quite enough.
Not at this point. Kassadin, though, is starting to scale up. Does have 3 stacks on the Roa. Sivir is still farming, but again, right on to Blitzcrank. He's not being allowed to farm for free. And because of that pressure, they're going to get yet another tower. Now in the bot lane. And now this lead is immense right now. Oh,
yeah, why don't we take a look at the gold for each player there? That's about a double gold number for Dirtle. Baskilla, that is a 2,000 gold lead. 400 for Hell's Gamer. Angel Next Death is only up 800, and there's another 600 for Drool Spittle. So yeah, that's a 7,000 gold lead overall for the side of Dawn. Dominating this early game.
Yeah, 14 minutes in, by the way. Like, this is genuinely one of those FF Go Next. 7k gold lead, 15 minutes. This is in solo queue where you just said, go next. Please, get me out.
Go next, because our tank isn't tanky, and our jungle is about to be solo killed. Oh, Blitzcrank, I'm sorry, my man. That auto attack's going to fly through. That's going to be the kill. Even if it didn't, that super mega death rocket would have hit. Just, this Gnar is a monster right now. They let it become a monster, and now it is just going to take everything from them. He has stacks! Yeah. The Cho'Gath has stacks!
Papa bless.
Amen.
Like, does it mean anything? Absolutely not.
Not at this point, it doesn't. Maybe if you would have had that extra 100 health earlier.
double
Now
Gnar,
that's a
double
great
Gnar.
ult. That's the Gnar ultimate. That is going to be that double knocked up back there. Now Bowler Joe probably going to die here. That's another kill. That is going to be Alpha Andrew going to get jumped on by Dirtle, who's going to still die. That is a 3-4-1 in favor of Dawn White, and they're just going to push out the mid lane as a result. You said FF at 15. This is an FF at 15 that should be happening.
Yeah, no, that's just another tower. Now the gold lead still sitting at 8K now. Oh my goodness.
Galaxy Gaming can only sit back and watch as their playoff dreams are dying like freaking Bowler Joe.
My goodness. Such a feels bad when you don't really have control of whether you make it into playoffs or not. Basically have to rely on another team. And you know what? Maybe it was the strategy of not Don White, of
Becker
here. Just to int this game, just so they didn't have to fix Galaxy. You know what? That's what we're gonna say, right? It's that Becker inted this game just so that they could face someone that is a Galaxy or something like that, you know. Spin the story.
I think right there, you were about as convincing as the Pokemon Company when they tried to say, we understand your complaints about not putting in the national decks.
Yeah, I mean, we understand your griefs and concerns, but
bull crap. Give me my Sceptile. All right, now that we're back into this game, though, we are still here. This is still a massive, a gargantuan 9,000 gold lead. That is a 6-1-2 Gnar. Oh, he bought an adaptive helm. That's just adding insult to injury, even though he can't really hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing that Bowler Joe can do in this match at all.
Farm and try and scale and just eat his dinner.
I mean, I'll say this: the games usually are not over until the inhibs fall. So that's kind of what I'm staying at for this. Until the inhibs fall oh my god.
That was disgusting damage. Here comes Baskilla. He's going to be able to get Yakov here in a second. No, Yakov actually escapes. Bowler Joe is going to get out for now. Alpha Andrew did eat up the Sleepy Trouble Bubble with a spell shield. Baskilla not going to try his luck. That means everyone's going to get out alive. How did everyone get out alive there? Is Zagreus is actually just pushing on the side. If they can let him scale, if they can get to that late game, he could enable the carry.
It's still a 8K gold lead. They're going to be pushing on to the inhibitor towers. This is the Rift Herald being popped. Minions are here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but no damage came out of it because of the spell shield. Gonna throw out that boomerang blade. You can't really get much, but here comes Shelly. That is going to be the inhibitor tower going down. Here comes Zagreus, though. That's going to be the Gnar coming out, but it's not going to hit anybody quite yet, as now Alpha Andrew does get hit up. He's going to go down first. Drool Spittle is there. Blitzcrank is almost gone. Baskilla now being jumped on by Zagreus. Blitzcrank barely survived. Not for long. The rocket from Angelex's death was able to take it down. And are we going to see a dancing Rift Herald? That is going to be another charge from the Rift Herald coming in. The side of Dawn White don't seem like they're going to give up anytime soon. That is going to be another Nexus Tower falling here. That's another kill onto Bowler Joe. Are they going to end this pre-20 minutes? Dirtle does die, but so does Yakov. It looks like that Nexus Tower is still going down. Zagreus gonna kill that Kane, but is it enough? That's another kill for the Zoe. The Jinx and Zoe at this point, they're online. They're dealing that damage. Half a Nexus Tower left.
Jeez, this is brutal.
Yeah, so no records will be set today.
Like, whew.
I believe the fastest game in the UML that was not a surrender ended in 1930 something. So we are past that, so there will be no record set today.
Yeah, but still overall a great comeback game coming out from the side of Dawn White. And I mean, this is a lot taken off of their shoulders, right? Now you're basically just playing spoiler. You can bump up to, I believe, second place.
Let me check this. Now. If they win, right now, Becker is sitting at 11 wins. So if Dawn White were to win, it would be 11-6 between the two. But Dawn White Actually, no. Dawn White would be 11-7, so Becker would still have the advantage there. Unless it went to tiebreaker, then match score. Well, no, that wouldn't make sense. It would go to match score, then tiebreaker.
Yes. So, if for the side of Dawn White they win, the next game can basically be one of those LCS troll games.
Yeah. So after this, Dawn, it doesn't matter who wins.
Yep. So I mean, right now this is the important game. They needed to win. Right now they're sitting at a 10K gold lead. Everything's looking pretty good for Dawn White. They're looking like they deserve to be in playoffs right now. You know, they shut down the top lane, shut down the jungle. The only thing that's even relevant is Zargus here, sitting at 3-1, has pretty good CS here. All things considered, has the most CS in the game. This is going to be Baron started up, and this is where a lot of throws come in.
Yeah, are we going to see the Dignitas? Here it comes. But there is no Alpha Andrew to come in, and look at where that teleport's going to be. It's going to be Sleepy Trouble Bubble right in, and now he's not there. Brown Joe. Jesus Christ! That was a lot of damage. Blitzcrank is gone, just like the side of Becker. Their hopes are dead, just like this Baron. He missed Smite, but they still won that fight. That was a 2-0, and the Baron, they have a 12,000 gold lead. I don't think anything is stopping Dawn White right now. Vaskilla going all insane. He's like, hey, what's up? You remember me? Your butt is mine. Yakov trying to dodge out that Gnar, but it's not really working out too well. Zagreus does end up killing Vaskilla, but that will mean Yakov dies on the side to Dirtle. The final Nexus Tower will fall. That's going to be the Nexus next. Bowler Joe doesn't give a crap about KDA at this point. It's already gutted there. That's going to be another kill into Alpha Andrew, and that's going to be a very quick, very efficient game from Dawn White.
Yeah, no, and like we were saying, that pushes them into playoffs. Now we know who's there. Now, the big thing is, for the side of Becker College Blue, they do need to get this win. That is the most important thing here. They need to get the win in their next match.
No, it doesn't matter.
Isn't it for first place?
No. If Timur win a single game, they have first place.
Oh, well, if Timur drops the series.
Doesn't Timur have the advantage over Becker?
Well, if Becker wins and Timur loses, then
Timur would have to lose 2-0.
Series history.
I was saying didn't Timur have
5? Timur and Becker are tied 5-1.
I'm saying who has the head-to-head?
Oh, that I don't know. But it wouldn't matter. Series takes over head-to-head.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. No, okay, now I see what you're saying. I was confused as heck for a second. I was thinking, like, wait, what are you trying to say here? Okay, I forgot that they had the same record. I forgot that Timur wasn't undefeated.
Yeah, no. So right now, a lot rides on Becker College. They need to win this game, and they need Timur to lose their series to be able to secure that first seed. And right now, that challenge becomes even more difficult for them. So I guess we'll have to see what happens. This was just a complete wipe here. Dawn White looking like a completely different team and just steamrolling over the side of Becker College. So we'll have to see. But again, congratulations to the side of Dawn White for securing their playoff berth. Now they're just going to have to see whether they get that third seed or that fourth seed. Man, it's going to be an exciting third game nonetheless.
Well, also, I believe they are locked into fourth seed because they have lost one game, and even if Army Esports got 0-2'd, the score would be it would be 9 to never mind. Forget anything I'm saying.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I forget how the playoffs work around here. I haven't been here for a while.
All right, but we will be right back with game number 3 of this best of 3 series between Becker College Blue and Dawn White. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here in the draft for Dark Star. No, Dark Star. I just cannot forget where I am. We're here for the Upsurge Minor League. That's where we are. We're tired. It's late.
That it is, but we are getting into the picks and bans already. Kind of the same bans coming out from both sides. The only difference here is Jinx is going to actually be banned this game, and Nautilus is the only difference in bans. And finally, Dawn listened. Wow, it's like they were stream sniping me. I swear to God, they should be paying me. I'm coaching them. They banned the Sivir that has been causing them so many issues for the past 2 games.
And it appears that there wasn't a Kayn ban for Becker for some reason. Given how much trouble it gave them last game, I'm surprised by this. But then again, it was kind of a response pick. Now they have picked up the Karma. That is the Gnar. And picking this blind, I feel like, is a much less... This is dangerous now. Because of the fact that the Gnar was great as a counter pick to Cho'Gath. Blind, it's much more exploitable.
Yeah, I mean, there are quite a few things that do well into it. Namely, the Yasuo doing very well into the Gnar. Being able to win wall his Q, and the win wall being on a less cooldown. Then the Q of the Gnar basically spills trouble. Ezreal going to be picked up here. So we might see the Ezreal Yuumi come out. But with a Karma, it is not the worst thing to face off against. You lose kind of the levels 1 through 3. But after you get to that level 3, you should be able to stabilize the lane out. Yorick Mori, though, being hovered here.
That is an interesting matchup just because of the fact that I believe Yorick as a lane bully actually beats Gnar in mini form and can outfight him in Mega.
Huh. It'll be interesting to see that if the Gnar jumps and then jumps straight into the wall that Yorick puts up, it becomes a bit of an issue there. Unless he wants to flash over to try to get the Gnar. Oh my... Can I get 1 game without a Zoe today?
No,
please.
Because Zoe's an awesome champion.
We love that champion.
Zoe's a very fun, very fair champion. And also, so is Vladimir here. Actually, no, I'm just kidding. Vlad is a fundamentally unbalanced kit. But overall that, we do have the Vladimir versus the Zoe in the middle lane. Basically, we have support, top, and middle lane picked for the side of Becker, whereas Dawn have revealed their top, AD carry, and middle lane.
Yeah, no, so I do expect a lot of jungle bans here. Kha'Zix's already being the first one taken out. We might see the Talia being banned here by Dawn in that second rotation. Well, we're going to have to see what Becker decides to go with here. Might be the Kayn ban. Wouldn't be that bad. Like you said, it did cause a lot of issues. Do they just not ban? And you're like, what's up?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they are going to ban the Kayn, but then again, it is, on the flip side, they are going to ban away the Yuumi to prevent the Ezreal Yuumi. 3 out of 4 jungle bans. There is the Kayn from Dawn, but now you have the chance to counter it.
I guess my spectate is just extremely far behind, because I'm not seeing anything. But yes, Dawn does pick up the Kayn. Good Yuumi ban, though. Now you avoid the Ezreal Yuumi. Lee Sin, again, mostly junglers, you ban the Yuumi just so you don't have to deal with Ezreal Yuumi. But again, the big issue is that you leave up the Kayn.
All right, then.
You knew.
You want to talk about being a cancer? You want to talk about getting into your opponent's head? There is the Nunu.
Unless he's taking Ghost Cleanse, I don't want to hear about it. Right? Like, it's not Ghost Cleanse, I don't care. But no, in all seriousness, Kayn does okay into Nunu, but Nunu can get very successful ganks off, and his teamfight prowess is amazing. If he's allowed to sit in the middle of the teamfight, get his absolute 0 off, it is going to be devastating. The thing is, though, you have so many different ways to avoid it. Kayn ult, Sanguine Pool, Arcane Shift, Gnar E,
Israel
Braum Shield. Man, like, you have so many things. It's just not a good look.
Yeah, right now I do like the draft that came out from Dawn. I think it's actually a pretty freaking good draft. I think that it can very much win this game if done right. That bottom lane is super, super safe, just at all times. Ezreal Braum is one of those lanes that just never dies. I mean,
Thing is, both teams scale up really well, and depending on what the Ezreal decides to go, whether he decides to go into that Trinity Force, or he decides to go into Iceborne Gauntlet, either way, Dawn scales up extremely well. Not to say that Becker doesn't, but Yorick Mori does fall off extremely hard. And I think that's the biggest difference now between Dawn and Becker. Gnar scales really hard into that mid to late game if he's able to get that Gnar ult off. And I mean, Ezreal scales, Vladimir, we all know the moment Vlad hits 2 items, it is just a pain to deal with. He gets that Protobelt, gets that Death Cap. Even though it's an expensive build, it will still one-shot. So, I mean, it's a very tricky situation if you are Becker. And again, like we were saying, for Becker, they can take first place with a victory here right now. So we're going to have to see if Becker can kind of pull this off. That right now, unless they're able to snowball, they're kind of looking at a disadvantage going towards this late game.
Yeah, the later it goes, the more it will be in their favor. So right now, I really think that the side of Becker is just, they're on a clock. And if that clock hits midnight, well, one, hopefully we'll be out of here by then, but you never know. Games have lasted longer. But at the same time, the point is, once that clock hits midnight, time's up, and your chance to scale is done. I mean, yes, the Caitlyn can scale, but the rest of your composition is not built for scaling like a Braum, like a Rost, which I hope he goes in this situation, because that is a much bulkier team on the side of Becker now.
Now, the thing is, even if he decided to go with the Shadow Assassin Kayn, I would be okay with it in this game in particular. If you kill the Caitlyn, if you kill the Zoe, the game is over for Becker. You have the Braum as a tank. Vladimir becomes extremely tanky. Gnar becomes tanky as well. And if you have Ezreal with Iceborne Gauntlet, there aren't many things that can kill him. So this is one of the only games that I would say going Shadow Assassin isn't the worst thing if he gets ahead. If it works out like last game will be over in 20 minutes. He's just disgustingly ahead. But if they aren't as ahead as what they were last game, going towards that Rost Kayn wouldn't be the worst idea. But it definitely depends what he's thinking of runes, that it's Conqueror that also makes Rost Kayn so strong.
Yeah, right now that Rost, there will be a lot of healing between the fact that the Ezreal will probably have some sort of healing on him. You will have that Vladimir, you will have that Kayn. There's just going to be a lot to work with there. And like you said, the side of Becker really does need to win this early game. If they want to win this game, they're the ones who need to have their foot on the gas full throttle. And guys, as we are going to go into an intermission, we will be right back with the Upsurge Minor League Week 7, Game 3 between Becker and Dawn. And we're on to Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen, here after that rendition of the War Songs version of Silver Scrapes. Once again, Hypertension with Sordo. And I forgot to turn off that thing. There we go. And nope, and it didn't fix itself again. Production, please. Fix itself.
Production pog.
There we go. It's fixed.
Wow.
Thanks, spectator.
Here. Ha! Got him. Anyways, this is game number 3. I'm excited. We're going to have to see what happens here. Stereotypical 5-point setup coming out here from both teams as we see the Nunu just walking up slowly, trying to get some information. Not going to see.
Line of scrimmage. Said hut. So, question for you, my friend. You have to imagine where off the first question through everyone's mind, where will these junglers focus this game?
I mean, the Kayn does look like he's going to go towards that Shadow Assassin. So I feel he's going to do the same thing that he did last game. Focus towards that bot mid. The only issue this time is that he doesn't have that much of an aggressive lane as what he did last time. He has the Braum slow. He has the Ezreal to follow up. That's about it. So a lot of this is going to focus on Baskilla to try to get those ganks to work. Thing is, for the jungler, and I mean, I think they actually changed their roster up a little bit.
They did. Blitzcrank is now in the top lane with Fixie in the jungle.
So this might be the change that they actually needed. Maybe it was just the fact that, you know, for Joe, he just wasn't cutting it out. He couldn't deal with Dirtle, but maybe now Blitzcrank might be able to. But again, new jungler, we'll have to see where he decides to path. Going with more of a full clear this time, which I'm not too opposed to.
Oh my goodness. Blitzcrank already abusing that Yorick strength in lane, dealing so much damage to Dirtle. Jeez. I talked about it earlier, why Yorick is good into Gnar. That's why. As soon as he uses his E, he's already dead.
Yeah, just a really good trade there. Only burning 1 corruption stack, but now Dirtle is going to go into that Mega Gnar. Going to get a bit of HP back. Thing is, Baskilla is hovering towards the top side, finishing the Krugs right now. Both junglers are going to be towards top. And Dirtle is not going to have Mega Gnar by the time both of them get up there.
Also, one thing to think about here that I've got for you, my friend. Oh, but hold up, actually, that'll take a backseat for a moment as it is a fight in the top lane as Dirtle does have a lot of damage dealt to him. There is no flash from either top laner. So now, that does mean that it's going to be this Kayn coming in. This is what you got to do anyway to get that Rost. Here comes Baskilla trying to get in on top of that Yorick, but he walks away.
What?
That was a dead. That was a first blood. That was like a guaranteed first blood that they didn't.
UML question mark? I don't know. I don't really know. There's
more like UCL question mark. No, I'm sorry. Wait, UCL is above UML, isn't it? Never mind. This looks like Baskilla. He's gonna be paying for his sins of not ganking. He's gonna get the first blood on him. First blood going over to Zagreus.
Just really questionable here coming out from Baskilla. He had such a good game last game, and then what? I mean, you had a free kill top against the Yorick, and brain hurty. Like
I got it. He decided to emulate Black Socks to the guy in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. As now Yakov and Alpha Andrew trying to deal out some damage there. Drool Spittle does have it, but there it's Hell's Gamer taking down another Zoe kill. But now look at Blitzcrank. He's got Dirtle right where he wants him. There's really no way for that Gnar to take him out.
Oh, hello.
Here's the gank. Drool Spittle already gone by Fixie. Now Alpha Andrew dealing out the damage. The Kayn trying to come in. That was going to be it, but the flash was not far enough to get him away. Baskil is probably going to pick up Alpha Andrew here, but Zagreus, misses the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, has the Ignite down, dealing out damage. Alpha Andrew needs one little bit to get away, but he doesn't get it. Baskilla, he's going to die too. Zagreus on a killing spree.
I'm kind of surprised that Alpha Andrew just didn't auto to get the Fleet Footwork proc. He would have been able to live there. So, bit of a misplay there coming out. But now a lot of this game is on Zagreus, sitting at 3-0 already. Already has a CS lead as well. So a lot of this game is going to be reliant on him. That's the redemption coming out from Zoe. We love that, champion.
You see, I love that she got another redemption because that's completely fair. There, all right? It's completely fine. It doesn't really help out the lane that much. It just means that he can, walk up, get a couple more CS, teleport back after he gets his Sheen. So, that Yorick, he's going to be fine here. Yeah, he's still going to have the pressure in lane. So, yeah.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong. I see this as an absolute win.
It's also a 3-0 Zoe, so there is that.
I see this as an absolute win. I see nothing wrong with this. Please tell me otherwise. So we see the trade coming out in the bot lane, though. Now, here's the thing. Angle does have blue buff. This is going to be pretty big, but he doesn't have tier. Oh, no.
No, he didn't buy tier first off. He bought that Sheen instead. The question is now, is he going to go for that Frozen Fist and then roll from there? Honestly, the Iceborne Gauntlet wouldn't do you much in this game because of the fact there's only 280 targets and one of them can't catch you. But right now, the other is wailing away on your face. Alpha Andrew takes down Angle X Death. Looks like Baskilla was like, I want some of that. No, I don't. Here comes the Nunu. That's going to be the biggest snowball ever. And now Blitzcrank in the top lane up against Dirtle. Dirtle does not have the Narbar quite yet. Is now the main. It's just wailing away on him. Can Blitzcrank get it? He does miss that E. That's huge there. Blitzcrank walking into his death, pulling shades of his top laner from last game. That's going to still be another rampage for Zagreus. This is going to be Hell's Gamer probably getting taken down here. No, does not quite get taken down yet.
But I don't understand. So many different things. First off, Blitzcrank, what the hell are you doing? That it really made no sense. Biggest snowball ever coming out here. That's the flash forward by Karma.
Yes, it is, but that was what they needed now. That isn't going to be a Hell's Gamer. That can't escape, I don't think, especially with that blast cone destroyed. That's going to mean Zagreus now has 5 kills.
Now, my thing also, I have a bone to pick with Angle. Why are you Eing forward when you don't have flash 1? And, oh my god. It's just so many question marks. I
think you let your South Jersey come out there, my friend.
Oh my god. Please. Like, it's so questionable here. Coming out from Becker College. That they were looking like such a good team coming out of that first game. Which one?
You mean Don White, right?
Don White on red?
Yeah, Don White's on red.
Don White's on red? Oh, jeez. And yeah, what the hell is Don White doing? What?
So yeah, you said Becker. I'm like, wait, Becker are winning, though.
Yeah, wait, Becker's actually crushing. They're looking like, the top-seeded team. Or the second-place team. Not Becker, Don White. They got me all messed up. Like...
Yeah, there you go.
Kind of just makes no
sense.
Here
we go. This is dangerous for Blitzcrank, though, because there's the Mega Art. He needs to get away from the wall. Why are you standing near the wall, my man? That's the solo kill once again.
I have no word. I really don't. Like, this game can be summarized by... Okay.
Zagreus, one more Sleepy Trouble Bubble or Paddle Star will do it. That's Zagreus dominating.
Nah, listen. He got 2 flashes. It's fine. It's whatever. NBD.
No big deal indeed. Is now that is going to be the Hemo Plague burned for no reason from that mid lane there in Hell's Gamer. They're just chasing down Doomspittle right now. Dawn are just being toyed with, except for in that top lane.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, this is kind of a throwback to the first game, though.
Well, audio should be on.
I mean, it's a complete throwback to the first game. To where, I mean,
okay,
so
audio
annoying.
is on. Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, no, Twitch chat's just trolling because game audio is actually on.
Everyone /mute. Hello? Question mark. But again, This is literally game 1 all over again. Oh god, not like
Yeah,
this.
that's a
Not
thing.
like
Oh,
this.
that was
Oh,
filthy.
no.
And also, here goes Dirtle. He's going to get ganked, and that's likely going to be a kill onto him. That little fuzzy Yordle, he deserved better than that. No, it looks like Zagreus, you know, that monster of space and time that is Zagreus, just doesn't even need to hit a single skill shot, and he still kills. He missed everything there.
Looks like release Zoe right now. You remember that? Uses a summoner, just uses the auto attacks, gets the kill. So I'll T1 and just break a keyboard over it. Very fun, very nice. We do see the Maiden though, getting some plating in that top lane. And this is kind of what you want with Yorick. You use the Maiden with Yorick and you just get plates like crazy. Getting 2 plates there for free plus the kill. Grom does miss the Winter's Bite. But, I mean, right now, Gold lead is again starting to bubble. Both of these games, and all 3 at this point.
Hell's Gamers decided they're so far behind, he's going to quit here. And it looks like Yakov will bite the dust before they pause. Angel X Death does pick up the kill. Hell's Gamer is still disconnected. Now he's there.
Yeah. They did the correct thing, though. They waited till after the fight bot lane to call for the pause. So. But Hell's Gamer is reconnecting. But we can just talk about what's happening here. I mean, just Dirtle is crushing Blitzcrank a little bit. But even you can't even call it that. Because you got 2 solo kills, you die, but you're still down, you know, almost 10 CS at this point. You have Baskilla up in CS against, you know, the new jungler, but look at the KP difference. It's just, you know, nuts. You have such a mid difference here. The ADC, both of them are 2-1, but Caitlyn's up in CS. I mean, this is just an overall just winning game coming out from the side of Becker College Blue.
Yeah, Becker College dominating the game thus far. The question is, will it be able to continue here? It does look like the Rift Herald has been summoned in the mid lane. They're going to try and take that out, but this is a mistake without having Zagreus or Blitzcrank there. As now Angle, is he just going to straight up die? Yes, he is.
Wow. I don't know. That's 2 times that he's E'd forward and died. You know, you would think that people would learn their lesson, but apparently not.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Tarzan.
Yeah,
speaking of learning your lesson, my man, Blitzcrank, stop walking into walls. Dirtle's still going to lose the fight. No, he won the fight. Stop walking into walls, my man.
Just, whew. Talk about a game of disrespect. Caitlyn gets a Q auto here. That's just a kill.
Yeah,
actually,
so
it's a kill
here goes Drool Spittle. That's just another kill for the Caitlyn. That's a 4-1 Caitlyn.
I don't know why Spittle is staying there, though. He knows the turret is dead. Just leave.
Yeah, you would think so, but now Zagreus, the monster that is Zagreus, just roaming around. First tower also did fall over those exchanges, and so did second tower in favor of Becker College.
Oh, no.
Now that is Zagreus trying to get that little bit of damage. Almost got him. The heal being needed. Yikes.
Whew. Fun game is fun. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. Fun game is much fun.
Yeah. I mean, I see this as an absolute win. There's nothing wrong with a fed Zoe. But,
yeah, I mean, but then again, there's nothing wrong with a fed Kane either. It does look like Baskilla, despite not being fed, he's still going to be there. He's still going to try and get Yakov, the sacrificial lamb. Baskilla, do not take that fight, my dude. Zagreus will destroy you, and he does decide better of it.
Yeah, Kane without ult cannot fight the Zoe here. It's basically his only chance at this point is to have ultimate and one-shot the Zoe. But he needs a bit more items. But again, the Kane is...
Oh, here we go.
No.
Zagreus.
No, he'll be able to live.
You sure?
Oh,
I don't think so. And look, they're right next to a wall once again. As now Phil, they're there, and that's gonna be a double Gnar stun. But he should still be able to lose this. They should still be able to kill him here, or is he actually going to win this 1v2 by killing Blitzcrank first? He did get the 1 kill, and now Fixie is going to be onto Dirtle. Can he get out? Does look like Dirtle will go down, but Baskilla should be able to pick up the Nunu on the backside here. It doesn't look like anyone from from the side of Becker is going to be able to respond, but there's no mana for Baskilla, so that auto finally goes over to him, but he chose... Why did you choose Shadow Assassin? And here goes Angle
right,
once again!
See ya. I don't know, I was watching the replay on stream of the Zoe killing the Braum. Braum's Unbreakable just barely went down when Zoe's Paddle Star hit. Super unfortunate. He would have lived because it would have blocked the damage coming out from Paddle Star. But, you know, it is what it is. Zoe now sitting at 9-0. This gold lead is starting to become a bit ridiculous right now for 14 minutes.
The only saving grace right now for the side of Dawn is that they do have Dirtle in the top lane pushing, because Blitzcrank did play that matchup so ineffectively. I'd say just standing way too close to the walls at all times.
This game is a
Mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. That's the best way to put it. It's a mess.
If this was any more of a mess, it would be my ex-girlfriend. But now, looking at this game, I'll say that is going to be a Mountain Drake. That is a Mountain Drake going over to the side of Becker. It looks like that is going to be the focus on to Yakov. That's the maiden in the face of 4. Alpha Andrew trying to get away. Baskilla is able to get away. Dirtle trying to see what he can do over the wall. They're standing a little bit close, and now here comes Zagreus Hell's Gamer trying to come up. Does pop the pool, but he can't walk over a wall. Zagreus trying to position around, see where he can go. Drool Spittle is so low, does get hit by the shovel. Angel X Death. Angle X Death is next on the menu, but they aren't able to catch him. And now Fixie going a little bit too deep. Baskilla wanting more. Does look like the fight will end there.
Yeah, no, Zoe not able to kill Dirtle. Barely able to get out there. But, these fights are close up until Xerxes. Or Xerxes?
Zagreus.
Zagreus. Words are difficult. But until the Zoe comes in and just ends it all, fights are somewhat close. 4v5 though. 4v5. That's why they're close. It's very, very questionable.
Yeah, right now it's just... I don't see a real way to do it unless you can absolutely get the scaling on. Like, you have to have Dirtle constantly split pushing here, and Hell's Gamer has got to start scaling. Yakov picking him like this will be essential, but Baskilla missed everything.
Like, this game is just going terribly for the side of Dawn White, and it just really looks unfortunate. Kind of just looks like a breakdown from them.
Yeah, and even without hitting the Sleepy Trouble bubble, that's still a dead Hell's Gamer.
Yeah, speaking of breakdowns, big breakdown there in communication coming out from Hell's Gamer. Overextending a bit too much, now sitting at 0-4. The only saving grace is that the Zoe isn't more ahead because she doesn't have, you know, that good of CS. But mind you, no one in this game
being up 4,000 gold isn't enough ahead.
No, I mean, imagine if she had, you know, CS numbers that she's supposed to have at this point in the game. Think about how much more ahead she would be.
Speaking of which, I think she's about to farm Baskilla. That's actually Fixie getting the kill. But no, she hasn't been farming minions because she's been farming champions. Blitzcrank trying not to get farmed there by Dirtle. But Zagreus is just the walking time bomb. You can't kill him. You're going to get killed by him. There's just no stopping him at this point. You got to kill him if you want to win the game.
But I mean, can you really kill him?
No.
2 items? Man. And it's not like they're cheap items either. You went for a Luden's Echo and a Morel Omicron. They're not cheap items. Ezreal is at 2 items, but again, his itemization is cheap. Whew!
Yeah, this more push. I mean,
tank.
Right now, we're at the point where we're basically just repeating what we've said already because there's not much to say. It's been the same thing for the past few minutes where the bottom lane for the side of Becker got ahead. This Nunu has paid dividends immensely. The solo lane of York was losing, and now that Dirtle's had to move away, he's able to get things done. Baskilla has been on a non-factor in this game. Hell's Gamer has been completely... Oh, speaking of Bass, he's almost dead.
Right. Does he die? I don't think he does.
Oh, he doesn't die, but now it does look like Dirtle is going to look to try and kill that Blitzcrank once again. The damage being done by the Maiden actually caused the tower to target him, but Mega Gnar is where this Yorick wins the fight. He can't do it quite yet, so that is going to be nothing quite. There it is. Bastkilla does pick up Blitzcrank. Hell's Gamer trying to go in onto Yakov. Alpha Andrew trying to go in, and True Shot Barrage does miss.
Again, 10k gold lead right now. This is just brutal. We basically just get to sit here and watch the carnage.
Yeah, I would say at this point it's just playing it on repeat. We are a broken record. Another death for the side of Dawn as Bastkilla dies once again.
I mean, like, it's just...
I don't even need to say it at this point. You know what happened.
Yeah, this is just really terrible right now coming out. Just... the gold lead is bubbled to the point where nothing can really happen. And I mean, what can we take from this game? Just
the fact that Pixie just died as well as Drool Sprite. Drool Spittle.
I mean, to be honest, this game just stems from early game mistakes coming out from Dawn. Great flash there coming out from Alpha Andrew.
Yes, it was. Dirtle's dead, and that means that probably so are the rest of Dawn. I don't think they can fight without him. Jeez, the damage from that Karma was nuts. And now here comes Zagreus. They should just be able to push down the Nexus Towers. They might be able to end the game with just 3 members.
I mean, that's the first Nexus Tower going down. This game is all but over. The fat lady is starting to sing just a little bit. Trying to give the pre-show just before she starts. But I mean, again, this game was won in the early game. Zagreus ends up picking up kills early and just carries the game from there. And I guess the jungle... oh my god.
Again, I don't need to say it because we already know what happened. Angelek's death, dead to Zagreus.
Yep. But again, early game mistakes from Dawn just cost them this game. Bastkilla making mistakes, and I think it all started when he just didn't gank top. He instead went towards mid lane, gave a kill to the Zoe, and the snowball started from there. Hell's Gamer just could not compete with it. And even though the bot lane...
no, you know, Bastkilla! Oh, that was dirty! Knew it was coming, set him up, knocked him down.
This game's just carnage, but I mean... again, it all started with early game mistakes coming out from Bastkilla, and it just snowballed from there. There's not much else to be said. This is going to be the 3rd inhibitor going down. They're trying to go for the complete victory here. Take all the towers, all the inhibs, everyone dead as well.
Yeah, an objectively perfect game being played here by the side of Becker, and it looks like this is just Dawn's last breath, their last stand. Oh, Alpha Andrew is dead. Zagreus is dead. Zagreus is dead, but Blitzcrank is hitting on the Nexus. Can he actually be able to kill it in time? It's unknown. I don't think he will. That's going to be the stun. That's going to be it. Now it's Pixie. Can he deal out the damage? Not quite, my man. You are going to get knocked back. Angelek's death, trying to deal out damage, trying to prevent it. But can they even stop the minions? They have triple super minions bearing down their base, and they have no wave clear left because of how far behind Hell's Gamer is. I don't know that they can defend this for long. All you would need is like Zagreus to come in or Blitzcrank to teleport in once it's up, and this game is over.
Yeah, basically. I mean, the correct play here, if you're thinking about it, is just you go take Baron and you sit in the base and watch it end. But most likely the game will end here due to the minions. There's nothing that can really be done. Hopefully they might be able to wave clear this though.
Might just be able to. They do now have the Mega Gnar, and Bastkilla is up, but this is going to be a full-time job clearing these minions, and that's all we're going to see for the next few minutes, at least until that Baron is going to be taken by the side of Becker. This has become an inevitability. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about whether or not Dawn is going to lose this and Becker is going to win. It is just all about how long will it take.
Yep. Gold lead now at 9k, but I mean, does it really matter? No, not too much. Unless Bastkilla is able to steal Baron, which is very unlikely. But Baron is being started up here. And I mean, Bastkilla is literally on the opposite side. There's nothing that can steal this except for True Shot, but True Shot is on cooldown.
Yeah, so right now that is just going to be a free Baron over to Becker, and this means that the game is about to end, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, whew. This is, yeah. They just walk the minions in and end the game here. I mean, valiant effort coming out from Dawn White. And I mean,
oh God, that's just...
That's not how you want to flash.
No, that's just not nice. That was not nice. Because now that channel is going to be on there. Ooh, Alpha Andrew is actually taken super low, and Zagreus is now low as well. But that's just the backdoor Yorick killing the Nexus. That'll be a 2-1 for Becker College. Congratulations to them.
Just such a strong team. Look, I mean, they needed to change the jungle out. Don't get me wrong. Blitzcrank sitting in the top lane, putting in work. But I mean, this game is just Zagreus carrying it all the way to the bank, securing themselves up for at least that second seed. They're going to have to see what happens here tonight when, what is it? Timer Esports faces US Army Esports. So that's really what matters.
It is 1-1 in the series thus far, actually, between Army and Timer. So that does mean currently Dawn White will be there. Becker have confirmed at least second place. If Timer lose, then Becker will have first place, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, and if Army Esports, I think if Army Esports takes a game, or no, yeah, if US Army Esports takes a game off a Timer, then they will take.
Oh, you're right.
Third place.
They already did. So Becker just wait? If Becker wins the series,
well, Becker won the series, so now it's all on Timer. If Timer wins the series, Timer takes first place. If US Army takes a game off a Timer, then US Army takes third.
Oh, US Army already took the game.
Then are they at 9 wins or are they at 10? That's the question. If the thing updated, then they need one more.
I believe they are at 10.
So then Dawn White takes fourth. Dawn White takes fourth.
Yeah, Dawn White, you get fourth place. Congratulations, guys. Check back tomorrow for those playoffs to make sure about everything. But before we go, MVP, why is it Zagreus?
14-1, did very well in the first game. Was kind of the only factor in that second game on that Kassadin. But overall, just solid play. And I mean, we saw the potential that he has to carry his team no matter what. So we're definitely going to have to see how he does once playoffs roll around.
Yes, we will. Guys, thank you for joining us here on the Upsurge Minor League stream. Thank you to my co-caster Sorta for casting with me tonight. I've been Hypertension. Guys, we will see you when it comes time for playoffs. Goodbye and good night.